So here is what I've been playing with this week. So this is cool, right? I think these are called log cabin roses, or at least that's what I'm trying to make. So the plan is to make a rose quilt, and I made this amazing mosaic quilt. So let me show you that. All right, so here is the mosaic quilt that I made. And the reason I'm talking about that is because my idea is to create like a little mini quilt that has roses, which is my birth month flower or whatever, and put them in a vase that looks kind of like that mosaic quilt, except for little shapes, right? And so I thought, God, that's such a good idea, right? It's going to be this beautiful quilt. I'll use maybe similar colors or colors that go with it, nice purples and blues and greens or whatever, to make the roses. And then I will have like a vase with a few little roses in it, and I think it'll be stunning and eye-catching. So I'm still new to quilting. I barely started quilting at the beginning of last year, so not quite a full year. I have completed 2 quilts. I have 2 quilts that are currently at the long arms, so I'm excited about those, and I'll show you those when I get them. But I'm still relatively new to quilting, but I love the idea of art quilts. And I've been on Facebook and I've been on YouTube and I've been like, kind of checking it out and looking at magazines and looking at books. And I love the idea of anything modern and different in quilting. And so I really wanted to kind of play around with that idea. And I've never done a log cabin before, but I found some YouTube tutorials that showed me how to do sort of this log cabin rose. So I'm not happy with this. Definitely not how I want my rose to look, but it's just me learning, right? So I had a bunch of well, not really scrap fabric, but extra fabric that somebody from my open sew group gave me, because she's like, hey, somebody gave me these, do you want them? I was like, sure. So that's the perfect thing to practice with. So I cut it up, and this was the first one that I did. But you can see, I mean, I don't have to point out what's wrong with it. But anyway, I like the shape of this one better. And then I watched a couple more tutorials, and then I was like, oh, okay. And then this one looks almost like too perfect. It doesn't even look like a rose. And so I have ideas for what I want to do, but it's just like practicing. So let's see. So I have this handy dandy little box where I put a bunch of stuff in here that I want to talk about today. And so anyway, I gathered, like, I have fat quarters. I don't have a lot of scraps because I'm still new to quilting. So I'm like, I have this really cool Brussels sprout fabric, which is like the coolest thing ever. This is some of the fabrics that my friend gave me from my quilting sewing group. Anyway, I don't need to show you all this, but and here's a bunch of stuff here's a bunch of scraps I cut up when I was practicing the other day. I have some purples. I've got some burgundies. I have these fat quarters. This is also fabric that was given to me. Anyway, you get the idea. I don't have a lot of scraps, but I do have some fabrics that aren't really meant for anything, so I don't mind cutting them up into scrappy pieces and doing that. I did make a quick trip to Walmart yesterday, and I bought these fat quarter bundles. And again, this probably isn't going to make the final quilt, but it's just, I want to get that technique down. And I watched a bunch of YouTube tutorials, and I think, let's see. Okay. So the ones that I did, right, they were saying, oh, you start with the center and then you go skinny and then you go wider as you go out. And so I understand that people have like a method, like I totally get that. But I want mine, I think, to be more scrappy, more thinner, more colors, more fabrics. I don't know. So again, I'm learning, so I'm practicing. So I just wanted to have a bunch of different colors and fabrics that I could cut up and practice. And then once I get the technique down and I get the rows looking the way that I want it to look, Then I'll start thinking about, okay, what fabrics do I want to make? How do I want to make the vase? But I love this idea of, I guess it's called like crazy quilting, or what else did I hear? Scrap quilting. As I was looking things up on YouTube, somebody called it crumb quilting, I think it was. So anyway, I just love that idea. I love the idea of creating art with fabric. And so I really don't want to follow any one sort of exact method. I want to just play with it and see what I can come up with. But I wanted to get ideas and see what other people were doing. I've done paper piecing, meaning I took one class and did a few paper piecing things. You know, but I didn't want to do paper piecing because, again, it'll be exact. I want this to be more like artsy feeling. So anyway, I don't know, but I'm super, super, super excited. This is really what I've been wanting to do. I made a couple of quilts for my grandkids, one for my granddaughter and one for my grandson, quilt tops, and those are currently with the long arm quilters. So I was like, okay, I really want to get those sent off. And then now that those are done and those are sent off, I can really play around with this and get creative. So I don't know. I don't know if any, if you've ever done that or if you're into that, but I will definitely share my journey and I'll show you guys, like, as I am working through it, what I'm coming up with and what I'm finding. But I am super, super excited about it. So I definitely, I don't know, I want to create something different and unique and not just like the usual quilt patterns. So, I mean, that's just me. So we'll see how I do. Oh, this is left over too. But I mean, these are kind of ugly colors, but I was thinking this might work for part of the flowers. And then same with this weird firework fabric. So anyway, I'm going to play around with these and I will definitely show you that as I go. But I'm excited. That is the thing that I'm most excited about. And I'm definitely going to sort of clear all this mess you see and get my sewing machine set up and get going on that. There are a couple of other things that I'm working on. So I learned, so I spent my whole life in corporate, right? And I was on the computer doing database stuff and in meetings and on calls, and I never had any sort of creative outlet. And now that I have stepped away from corporate, I am discovering how much I enjoy creativity. Like I always thought, oh, I'm logical. I like to program. I like to solve problems. I don't actually really like to do any of that. at least not anymore. So I've been having just a ton of fun discovering my creativity and like what it is that I like to do. So I started, like, I don't know how many years ago, like 6, 7, 8 years ago, learning how to knit. And so knitting has been like my main thing for the last however many years. And I played around a little bit with weaving. I do have a rigid heddle loom that's currently warped. God, I couldn't think of the word. It's currently warped and ready to go, but its colors I don't like. So it's currently sitting in my closet, which happens to me all the time. I get stuck. But anyway, I have done a couple of things on the loom, which was fun. It's the warping that I hate, but the rest of it is fun. And mostly knitting. I've done a little bit of weaving and I've done a little bit of crochet. So I'll show you what I'm working on right now for my knitting project, which is this really, I think, pretty, not sure if I like these colors, to be honest, but the pattern itself is pretty and I'm hoping that it kind of all works out. But the pattern is called Alexia and it's a slip stitch pattern. So it's mosaic quilting. And I don't know if you guys, if you're a knitter and if you've ever tried mosaic knitting or slip stitch knitting, but it is a super easy color work that looks way more complicated than it actually is because you're only knitting with one color at a time. So I've also done stranded color work and I've done all kinds of different things. I've done, I can't always forget what that's called, but intarsia maybe? Anyway, I've done different kinds of color work, but slip stitch is the easiest and it's super fun. So I love it. So The yarn that I'm using, I'll show you the yarn, is these 2 balls of Noro something yarn. Sion, I think it is. But anyway, I think I'm hoping that they're going to mesh together and look okay at the end. But this is what I'm currently working on. And I started a sort of unofficial knit along with my knitting group. And so I send the newsletter out every week. So I sent it and I'm like, hey, does anybody want to join me? So I actually have only 2 people, but that's okay, joining me. And they went and bought the yarn and we started working on it last week. So super fun. I'm excited about that project. And let's see, what else do I have going? Oh, I also started let's look in the box. I started a crochet project. So when my grandkids I live on the East Coast and my grandkids live on the West Coast. So I was out there visiting them last summer and I told them that I was starting to get into crochet because I made this really cute octopus. Hold on, let me get the octopus. Just a sec. So I made this really cute purple octopus. Isn't that adorable? Oh my God, I love it so much. So I think actually it was supposed to be about this big, but I used big thick yarn, so, but I think it's adorable. So anyway, I was playing around with sort of that idea in my head, maybe. I hadn't made the octopus yet. So when I talk to my grandkids, this is what I do. I tell them what I'm going to make them. I shouldn't do that because then I'm committed. But anyway, so I told them I was trying to learn how to make crocheted stuffies. And so my grandson immediately was like, can you make me a frog? He's so cute. He loves frogs. And I love frogs. So it's like the most adorable thing ever. So I said, yes, I can make you a frog. And then my granddaughter, who is 6, she likes tigers. Those are her favorites. So she's like, will you make me a tiger? So I'm like, okay. So anyway, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I did find these books, right, that I bought. And it has a really cute, where is it? It has a really cute, find it now. Is it here? Oh, here it is. Okay. So I found this book and it has a really cute frog pattern in it. Kirk the frog. And so I am currently working on Kirk the frog. And I think this is his head. Hope I don't do it inside out. So anyway, so this is how far I've gotten with that. Not very far, but I'm making progress. And I think it's going to be complicated. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but the feet have toes. So I don't know, but I'm going to try. And I do have friends in my knitting group that crochet and make these stuffies all the time. So I figure if it gets too complicated, I can ask them to help me, and I know that they will because they are amazing. So anyway, so I have that started, and then I had to buy a second book because I needed a tiger pattern, and this one is Tom the Tiger. So he actually looks easier because there's no toes. So I don't know, I haven't started that one yet, but I do have it. And that is on my list of things to make in my crochet. So I'm excited about that. So we'll see how that works. But I'm going to do the frog first, and then I'll worry about the tiger after. We're going back to see them this summer, so I have a couple of months, and I definitely want to get those done before we get out there. The other thing that I have done recently, so I made this really cool slouchy hat. See that? Not cool? Not for me, for my husband. But I just, again, it was, I think the pattern is man's slouchy hat by Noro yarn. And I did the silk garden yarn, so it's super like soft and lovely. And I love the colors. It's got that purple and these other sort of very masculine colors. It's super soft and lovely to the touch. And my husband loves it. Keeps his little head warm in this freezing cold weather that we've been having recently. So that is what I am up to. I love learning new things. I love just trying something different. And for me, I think that's why quilting has sort of captured my attention this year. Is it's so new. Like I've never sewn anything. I never had a sewing machine. So there was so much learning over the year. And to finally get to the point where I feel confident enough that I want to try this sort of scrappy rose or whatever it is that I have pictured in my mind is super exciting to me. So I'm thrilled, I'm excited, and I can't wait to get to it. I will update you and show you what I'm working on. So follow along, hit follow and like, and leave me a comment. It helps me out, and then you'll know when I do an update and you'll be able to see how my rose quilt is doing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time.